Hotel. Peace to all the family. Good morning, Vietnam. All right. They don't be thinking I be going through this thing like that. For real deal. But I do. Like, you know what I'm saying? The reason is because my people are blind, deaf, and dumb. No offense to those that are not on the knowledge yet. I don't mean that in an offensive term. I mean that I aim, me, and I believe I can say this for my association too, D Boy Syndicate. We aim to break the spell of racism, white supremacy, by any means necessary, to all our people. So, where do we start with this? I got my Bible out today. Y'all know I could do it, but I normally don't. But that's because I'm not trying to break people's spirits. You see? I'm not trying to break people's spirits, but you need to know the truth. It's like, you know what I'm saying, the truth holds no friends and beliefs and doctrine. It doesn't, unless it's a doctrine of truth. So if I see something wrong with it, you know what I'm saying, I'm wrong for not pointing it out. You get me? That's not my yacht. I live and breathe and do my yacht. I breathe life into my people. So if I have to debunk a doctrine of death in order to breathe life into you, that's what I'm going to have to do. So let's get started, shall we? Let's get started. I'm going to start off for all of you that follow this. I'm going to start off by telling you what's up with it first. Before I go into any verse, I'm going to tell you what's up with it. We're talking about this morning Jesus, or which some that have graduated the first school will call Yahshua. I've been there before too. It's been a long journey in this awakening that I've been on, and this hasn't been new. This hasn't been new. You know, it's a lot of people that's been on this journey with me, you know what I'm saying, and they've seen how I've graduated through each course, if you want to call it, or school of thought. But originally I was Kemetic. I've been doing this since I was 12 years old. I've been studying Kemet since I was 12 years old. But being indoctrinated in Christianity, and I wouldn't say being just indoctrinated, but being raised almost forcefully into Christianity and not being taught proper methodology, I ended up having to learn this book. So let me teach you what I learned. All right, you with me? Let's go. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off in the Gospels. We're gonna start off in the New Testament, right? But one book should be a whole book, so the Old Testament should validate the New Testament, right? Right. Okay. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to Mark 13 and 30. All right. So I'm already here. Mark, and y'all want to follow along with me, y'all can. You know, it's all good. You know, I ain't got nothing to hide. Mark 13 and 30. Truly I say to you, this is supposed to be Jesus speaking, or Yahshua, if that's what you would like to call him. Truly I say to you, this generation will not pass away until these things take place. These things, he was talking about all of the prophecies that were supposed to happen. He was going to send forth angels. The stars was going to fall from the heavens. I mean, come on now. Like, scientifically, we know that a star wouldn't fall from the heavens. If our own star, which is a baby star compared to the millions of stars that's out there, billions of stars that's out there, if our own star fell to the heavens, fell from the heavens to the earth, it would annihilate the earth. It would engulf it, because the earth is only that teeny compared to a star. Even you talking about dwarf stars. We're talking about stars that aren't even really a luminous like the star that we have. They don't really give life off like the star that we have. But even if one of those stars fell to Earth, it would engulf the Earth. There is no way that a star could fall from Earth. So are we telling ourselves here that this man that y'all call God, because I'm African, I have no concept of that. I have no concept of that. My total concept of what you would call God is nature itself. And I am a part of it. But this man that y'all call God doesn't have a concept of what a star is. And he's supposed to made him. Alright, I'm going to read it one more time so we can carry on. 13-30. This is the book of Mark. Truly I say unto you, the generation will not pass away until these things take place. And he was talking about the prophecies. Correct? Correct. Alright. We're going to move on to Mark 24 and 34. Okay? Alright, y'all follow? Alright, let's go. Truly I say to you, this generation will not pass until these things take place. Again, he says this. This is a whole nother author, supposedly. This still says the same thing. We're going to go into Luke. All these homeboys, they hang around each other, you know, supposedly with the storytellers. 21 and 32. Okay. Truly I say to you, this generation will not pass until all the things take place. They say the temple is going to fall. Say it's going to be earthquakes. It's going to be wars and rumors of wars. All right. Yeah. But we're talking about that generation, right? We're talking about a generation of people that supposedly walked the earth 2016 years ago. None of that took place. I ain't never seen a star fall. Unless you're talking about shooting star. Oh, we don't give you that. A meteor shower maybe happened. That's what you thought it was a star. But you should have known better that that wasn't a star. Alright. Let's go into 1 Corinthians 7 and 29. Alright. 1 Corinthians 7:29. But I say, brethren, the time has been shortened, so that from now on, both those who have wives should be as those who had none. But he was talking about the time, like, you know what I'm saying? Those that had wives, like, even if y'all wife perish, you know what I'm saying, during this time, you know what I mean, it's still gonna happen. You know what I mean? It'll happen before, you know what I mean, like your wife perished, whatever. You know what I'm saying? If even if those that have wives turn into those that don't have wives, these things still will take place. Which we see they didn't. Alright, Thessalonians. Gonna go on to, and this is when they was writing the churches, Paul, which I also say was a schizophrenic, paranoid schizophrenic. Paul seen an image of Jesus on the road, or Yahshua, if you want to call him that. And he made a whole doctrine off of an image. If I'd have told you I've seen an image of God, y'all get me committed. Y'all probably gonna try to get me committed anyway after this video. But you'll get me committed and say that I lost my mind, right? But y'all want to follow that. Okay. We're going to go on to Thessalonians 4 and 17. And again, I say I do this out of love. This is not a bash against Christianity. I love all of my brothers and sisters. No matter what denomination or whatever you preach, this, that, and other. If you're about black liberation, I am for you. And you should be for me as well. Because I'm only here to speak truth. Alright. Thessalonians, 1 Thessalonians 4 and 17. Then, we who are alive and remain shall be caught up together. We that are alive and remain shall be caught up together. You're talking about these people in this generation 2016 years ago. Well, we might not say 2016 years. Let's say Jesus survived to 32. Let's say he was born in year 1. Let's see, take the 32 from there, 16. Let's say 1,984 years. 1,984 years. Let's be correct. Between 1,084 and 1,090. Because they say he could have been born in the year 4. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a rough math off my head. Excuse me if I'm a little wrong. But let's go into Thessalonians 4 and 17. That's crazy. All right. When we who are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds and meet the Lord in the air, and thus we shall always be with the Lord. I mean, like, they ain't even really used that terminology back then. This is the King James language. Everybody was Lord. You had the Lord of the state. Man, right now you got a landlord. And Lord ain't no special thing to be calling no person that you call God. That's not nothing special. Got a Lord of everything. Lord Mr. Abbey. Nah, I'm just messing with you. But let's go into Revelation. All right. And I don't do this. Y'all know I don't do this. Because it's not about this, really. To tell you the truth, man. It's about the upliftment of our people. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to break down your barriers to get us uplifted. Other than when you have a doctrine that is praising other people's ancestors and you refuse to praise your own. At that moment, that's when I had to step in. 'Cause we ain't standing for that. Not at all. Alright, so let's go on to this Revelations. I got 22 and 7. Start off with that one. And behold, I am coming quickly. 2,000 years, bro. I know rollies don't TikTok, but. And behold, I am coming quickly. Bless he who heeds the words of the prophecy in this book. Now, see, I know y'all might say that in these other verses, I'm trying to stretch it. But no, I'm only going back on the verses that came in the Gospels when he told us that was going to happen in his generation. And we know that this was written like not too long afterwards, within 100 years. So I have a valid reason for using these verses as well. So that was Revelation 22:7. I'm going to go on to Revelation 22:12. Behold, I am coming quickly, and my reward is with me. I render to every man according to what he has done. Okay? And then I'm going to quickly go into Revelation 22:20. He who testifies to these things say, yes, I am coming quickly. Amen. As in Amen Ra. But that's a whole nother debate. Another time. I can honestly say that might not mean the same thing, but that's what I say anytime everybody be like, yeah, type Amen. Yeah, Amen Ra. Yeah, a mistake to my ancestors and what they do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that I'm Nile Valley. I'm a Western African. We'll find that out soon enough too. All right. So let's go through the 22:20 again. He who testifies to the things that says, yes, I am coming quickly. Amen. Come, Lord Jesus or Yahshua. All right. Now you're wondering what's the point I was trying to make, right? What's the point of this Meech, like, why is this important? Why are you even like going through all of these verses with me from the Bible? We don't want to hear that, man. We conscious already, man. You beating a dead horse. You know what I'm saying? I hear it all the time. Yeah, this is that and the other. But maybe you never made this connection. So this is just for the ones that never made this connection. And for the ones that are still in church. And the ones that are looking for answers. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this message will resonate with you. But this all breaks down into Deuteronomy 18 and 22. Now we have to go back. I did all New Testament. Now let's go back to the Old Testament to validate what was said. Not that I'm saying that any of this book can validate anything, but it should at least validate itself. So let's go back into Deuteronomy 18:22. I will raise up a prophet from among countrymen like you, and I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak to them all that I command. And it shall come about that whoever will not listen to my words, which he speak in my name, I myself require of it. So, hold on, let me finish going through. But the prophet who shall speak a word presumptuously in my name, I have not commanded him to speak, or which shall speak in the name of other gods, the prophet shall die. Didn't he die? And it also, this is the American Standard Version. If I go into the King James Version, it'll also tell you that person was not sent by God. You can look it up for yourself. That would be Deuteronomy 18:22. It also says that if those prophecies do not come to pass, then that person was not sent by God. So how can you tell me that that's God? Man, boss your education up. Boss your scripture up or something. Because if you come to me telling me something like that, I'm going to take you down this memory lane. And this ain't all I got. I got way more. That's for another day and another time. But I don't do this normally. Hopefully I don't have to. Hopefully y'all give me y'all stories of how y'all seeing new things that maybe I haven't seen yet. But I'm gonna keep on studying this metanoia. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna work closely with a new teacher. Hopefully, I'm trying to get in touch with him in Detroit. Shout out to Panachi Montgomery. And that's crazy. My first pastor name was Montgomery, but then the Saber that I'm seeking out, his name is Montgomery too. You know, it's a little weird stuff like that. I'll check out. But this video has been long enough. I just wanted to break y'all down on that, and you make the decision for yourself. Is that validation? All of the things that he said was gonna come true within a generation didn't. So did he actually validate himself by Deuteronomy 18:22 to say he was actually a prophet? While y'all want to exalt him the son. Peace. Hotep. Black Bottom. D-Boy Syndicate. Minister Information. Meech. Holla at me.